could I have 15 minutes for a bench conference on Miss Carr and a pretrial? Not on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Really mistake. I'm not loved, evidently. Very much. All right, we're just waiting for that date from
February 22nd at 8:15.
February 22nd. All right, February 22nd at 8:15, Mr. Malaro.
That would be perfect, Judge.
All right, and because it's an arraignment, my staff will do the notice of hearing. All right, Ms. Carr, thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Hey, Mr. Malaro, if you could text some of your cohorts and let them know I have no defense attorneys here, but I do have some of Ms. Underwood's clients in the courtroom.
Oh, the only cohort I have, Judge, left a couple of weeks ago. No one else is my cohort.
I'm sorry that no one likes you, Mr. Malaro, at your office, but we like you.
I can live with it.
All right.
I love him. Was that 8:15 on the bench conference, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I think Miss Traml, Your Honor, is in your waiting room.
Okay, I'm gonna look. I have somebody on a Motorola device. I'm gonna send you a request to start your video, but what is your name?
This is Joel Jesus Rasco.
Hi, Mr. Rasco. How you doing?
Doing great. How about you today, ma'am?
I am good. I am glad to hear you are doing good. All right, I'm gonna change your screen name to reflect your name. And then I'm gonna put an RU after it. So I remember Miss Underwood is your attorney. And then I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room and I'll bring you back in just a few minutes when she gets here, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Rasco. Oh, he's doing so good. All right. Well, it might be TNT Dynamite. I got TNT Dynamite. That might be your client, Mr. Malaro. Let me get them connected to audio. All right, I'm gonna send TNT Dynamite request to connect to audio.
Judge, that's better than that one you had a few weeks ago. I forget what his name was, but you just enjoyed saying the name when on the record. I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta,
Said, was it Hell's Bells?
oh,
It's the other
no.
AC/DC song.
I get it. I've been looking for Brian Johnson and Angus Young here.
All right, let's see, I got Mr. Glazier, so let me call the jail. Anybody in here represented by Mr. Glazier?
Yeah, I think there's McCready.
Gilbert? No. Mr. Gilbert, could I get Michael Allison or Benjamin Lyans?
Yeah, I can put both of them in there if you want.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
So Allison and
Lycan.
Lycan. Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
All right, those are the two I have with you. You can step out in the hall and call Mr. McCready.
I don't have one.
Mr. Sneed, could you text Mr. McCready and tell him Mr. Glazier needs him?
I'd love to. Thanks, Judge.
He doesn't have his phone, so.
The battery was dead.
Like, I don't even know how to function without my phone. And we didn't have phones growing up, John.
I know.
Although I had a bag phone in 1985 because my dad bought me one.
I had a bag full.
Yep. No. All right, Tora Traml, why don't you unmute, let's see, can you unmute your device, Miss Traml?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tora Nicole Traml, file number 23-21467FH. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Ms. Traml and Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for pretrial. So, Mr. Malaro, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, I would also like to schedule this for a bench conference. I think if we do that, we can get this matter resolved and everyone will be happy.
Okay, Ms. Adams, is that same 222 at 8:15 available or no?
So you have an 8 o'clock Bob hearing, this 8:15 and an 8:30 motion, and then drug court.
No, well, no, I could do, could I do both of those at 9:30 or at 9 o'clock?
You have a review at 9, I'm sorry.
Oh, so I have an 8 o'clock, an 8:30 and a 9.
8, 8:15, 8:30 and 9.
How about another day?
All right. 8 a.m. February 27th.
8 a.m.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Malaro, February 27th at 8 a.m. for you and the prosecutor.
I'm in a jury trial that day, Judge.
Okay, another day, Miss Adams.
Judge, I think that jury trial's with you.
Oh, it's with me.
Jeremy Sneed, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's me. So will that work?
I mean, if you think it'll work, I'll do it.
Okay, so we'll set it over to pretrial and bench conference February 27th at 8 a.m. So Ms. Traml, we'll see you back that day via Zoom, and Mr. Malaro, can you do the step in order to adjourn the pretrial?
I will, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Traml.
So I have
Thank you.
a gentleman from the jail. Can I ask your name, please?
Michael Allison.
Okay, and who's your prosecutor?
Mr. Hartog.
Yeah, I got Mr. Hartog. All right, so let me get his file. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Lee Allison, file number 22-20996FC. I have, let's see, 1, 6, and 8, 4. I have Douglas Hartung appearing on behalf of the people and John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Allison. This is the date and time set for a pretrial. My last notes said we were waiting for an independent forensic. Have we received that yet?
No, Your Honor, actually, I've needed to prepare a stipulation in order which slipped, and I just did it yesterday. And I've got it to Mr. Hartung. Is that okay with you, Doug, the stip I sent you?
The stip is okay. You can sign my name to it. I probably need to put on the record one little cautionary thought is that I think that stip says the records in the possession of the forensic center. I don't know what they have in their possession. They may no longer have in their possession what you're looking for, John. But if they don't, I'm happy to agree to a subsequent document. I think it's really important that we push this thing along. It's been a very, very long time, and we've struggled to get this independent done.
I was going to ask to adjourn just 1 week and then get down there and talk to him.
If that works for the court, that's fine with me.
Well,
I don't want to.
I could do the 14th or the 21st.
21st is fine too, because I know that's a busy day for you, Judge. The 14th.
Yeah. Well, the 21st I only have 13. That's not including arraignments. So the 21st, Mr. Glazier.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I will set this for another pretrial on February 21 at 8:30 a.m. Mr. Glazier, you can do the stip in order to adjourn. Mr. Hartung, can you sign your,
I have it.
good. Can you sign your name with permission, Mr. Hartung?
You can sign my name to the stip to adjourn and also the other.
Oh,
one
I
that
don't
you
have a
referred to.
step to adjourn, excuse me, I got.
Right.
The other step.
So Mr. Hartung said you could sign his name with permission. And then Mr. Glazier, obviously, if there's a resolution or if you want to set it for a day other than a Wednesday, it's always appreciated because our Wednesday docket's so full. Okay, all right, Mr.
Thank you.
Allison, you are all set. And
Signature on the Sharon.
Mr. Allison, will you tell them I need to see Mr. Lyans next?
I'd like to see Mr. Glazier when I get a chance as well, too.
Well, Mr. Glazier will have to come to the jail and meet with you.
I'm gonna come in person, maybe still this week, Thursday or Friday, tomorrow or Friday,
Thank you.
rather than by Zoom.
All right, I'll put that in the file.
Okay, I need to get a copy to send.
All right, Miss Adams, do you want a court stamped copy?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
So it'll go across the hall.
Pick it up over there.
Yeah. Miss Adams, I have, there's a stip in order on this Allison file if you wanna send it over. All right, you're all set, Mr. Allison. All right, I have someone else from the jail. What is your name, please?
Benjamin Leggins.
Yep, all right. Thank you. Let me grab your file. All right, Mr. Glazier, you have Mr. Lyans. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Benjamin Lee Lyans, file number 23-21610FH and 23-21611FH. That was added to the docket yesterday, and your office was notified for pretrial. It was a violation of bond conditions, and Mr. Lyans allegedly violated his bond conditions, Mr. Glazier, and that his GPS tether was shut off on November 8 of 23 due to non-payment. Further allegations are that he violated his curfew numerous times while the tether was active, that he failed to set up 2 times a week drug testing with district court or circuit court after getting out of jail as directed on the record, and failed to provide the court with a working phone number. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Lyans. And are you the prosecutor?
I'm not.
Mr. Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. So because of the nature of the charges, of course, those violations are serious. And Mr. Glazier, you represented him on you do represent him on the underlying files, which is why it was set over to today.
Yes, I do. I do represent it.
So how would you, and I entered a plea of not guilty on his behalf yesterday. So do you need another pretrial so that you can go meet with them, or how would you like to proceed?
I do, Your Honor. Last note I had was we had a pretrial on the 27th and Mr. Lyans wasn't here. I don't know if anything's been scheduled since then.
Okay. So I can set another pretrial. I can actually set one for February 28th. Would that be enough time, Mr. Glazier?
That'd be fine.
All right, so Mr. Lyans, I'm going to set a pretrial a couple weeks out on February 28th at 8:30, and Mr. Glazier will come talk to you before that. All right, and I'll continue your not guilty plea. All right?
All right.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lyans.
Thank you.
You can do this in order to adjourn, and Mr. Sneed, I'm sure, has no objection to you signing his name with permission. All right. All right, you're all set, Mr. Lyans. Okay, so.
We're gonna Nellie process form that I can start filling out.
Well, I would say they're under the podium, there's a bunch of forms.
And I check there.
That's like hearkening back to the day when I had like 400 people in my courtroom. So I know I had some forms in back and some in here, but I don't know if I haven't, I can probably print you off one. You know the scale file number?
Don't.
Let me look it up. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, here we go, 263. Let me print this out for you. And, 9. And there you go. And what case is that on?
On Mr. Davis.
David Davis?
Zachary.
Zachary Davis. All right. Is there a Zachary Davis in the courtroom? Hey, Mr. Zachary Davis, why don't you come on out? That is your file as well, Mr. Glazier?
Yes, it is, yeah.
All right, this, stand at the podium. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Zachary Allen Davis, file number 23-21375FH. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis is in person, and I have Dave McCready appearing on behalf of the people. It's a date and time set for pretrial, so all the charges are being dismissed?
That's correct.
All right, so they're preparing the nollie process right now. So that'll get processed and you'll get a copy of it in the mail. If you don't get a copy in the mail, call Mr. Glazier and Mr. Glazier will make sure you get one.
Can we wait around and get one up front, or was it gonna take too long?
I guess Miss Adams can come get the file, and I don't even have the file. I don't have the file. Fire card. It's back here. No. Uncommon buyer's card. Oh, because they were stuck together. I have a lot of Davises today. All right, Mr. Adams, there's a nollie process being prepared. Mr. Glazier would like a client copy today. So I was wondering if you could come get the file and take it, or in a minute, they're not done filling it out, and then take it over to the clerk's office. And we will be taking the February 20th trial off.
And everything but the case number and the charges.
So I'm gonna hand the file down to you. You can just, I usually have a little pink tab for the felony charges. All right, well, Mr. Davis, have a seat.
While we're on the record, just want to indicate that we're nollie processing this because the complaining witness has maintained from the beginning, back before the exam, that she wanted these charges dismissed. Wasn't willing to do that right away, but there has been, I talked to her this morning, there's been no additional assault conduct, there's been no problems in the past 6 months, or whatever, it's been only 6 months. Again, today, she's indicated that she does not want to proceed. We are indicating that if there's any other allegations of assaultive conduct going forward, these charges will be reinstated.
Okay, okay. All right, so Mr. Davis, what I would say is that things happen, life happens sometimes, and people do stuff that maybe isn't who they really are or that they regret, but there's never any shame in getting counseling with your partner and trying to have a healthier life. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. Nobody does but you and her. But so, all right. So I have a seat back there on the bench, and as soon as I get that, I'll send it over to the clerk's office, sir. So maybe in about 10 minutes, you can go down there and ask for a copy.
Okay.
Actually, I guess you don't need to sit at the bench. You can go sit down at the clerk's office if you want. All right. Okay. So that takes care of Mr. Glazier. Mr. Malaro, I don't have anything else with you.
Well, just in case any cohorts, Judge, don't show up, I'd cover for them.
Well, text Mr. Murphy, text Mr. Dagger Margosian, and text Miss Underwood that I have all their people.
I will do that for you, Judge.
Thank you.
Angelo is looking for you.
I'm gonna give that to my bailiff. I'll hand it to me. All right, thank you, Mr. McCready. All right, I'll take these files back. Jeff, quick break if you want. How you doing? Sit down.
Right. Oh, I love their tea.
Oh,
I think it's Panera's, but I'm not sure.
is it theirs or
I don't know.
is it Starbucks?
Oh, it's Starbucks. You're right.
Yeah.
It's Starbucks. It's very good.
All rise.
Anybody in here have Matt Murphy? Awesome, come on up. What's your name again? All right.
Mr. Murphy has one more file, Judge, in Judge Olsavers.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, sorry.
He is here. Hi, this is Judge Anzalone. I know I have Jill 1, 2, and 3 Zoom open. So I'm ready for Ernest Jasper, Jeffrey Moody, and Corey Reese.
Here, let me write this down real quick.
I'm sorry, Moody, Jasper, and Reese, like Reese chocolate peanut butter cups.
Moody, Jasper, and Reese.
Yes, sir.
And, I'm sorry to ask, is this Zanville?
Yeah, this is Anzalone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, bye. Oh, now I got Rhonda too. All right, so, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jonathan Buers, file number 23-21531FH. I see that I have an amended information in the file. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. I have Matthew Murphy appearing on behalf of the defendant. Miss Underwood, I do have several of your clients in the courtroom.
I will be right up, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Murphy, how do you wish to proceed today on behalf of Mr. Buers?
Your Honor, there was an email from Ms. McClure, I believe yesterday, that we responded to. There is an offer in this matter for Mr. Buers to plead to 93-day destruction of property, a 1-year 93-day misdemeanor. At this time, we are not pleading in the matter. We are asking for the case to continue. However, the trial, I believe, has to be moved. And we would agree with Ms. McClure's request to move it. She said that she is not available. So we are okay with moving the trial if that's a necessity.
All right, so Mr. Buers, you're charged with malicious destruction of property, 1,000 or more, but less than 20, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 5 years in prison and or a $10,000 fine. Do you understand that? Speak louder.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and the plea offer is to plead to a 93-day misdemeanor malicious destruction of personal property less than 200, which probably would result in like 12 months probation and no upfront jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're set for trial February 13th. Why does the trial need to be adjourned?
Ms. McClure emailed saying that she has a trial in Judge Oldsaber's court that day, a 4-day trial that's going and can't be moved. So she was asking for it. Again, this was her email.
Okay, so hold on a second. Ms. Adams, is Mr. Buers my primary trial on the 13th as well?
No, you have Mr. Badger and Mr. Al Mohammed.
Okay. Yeah, we have 2 trials scheduled. Well, we both have trials scheduled that day. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't the prosecutor on both. All right, so what I will do is I will set a pretrial conference in this case for March 6th at 8:30 in the morning. And could I get a notice of hearing from Mr. Buers, Ms. Adams?
Okay.
So I'll set a pretrial for March 6th at 8:30 in the morning. And so make sure you meet with your attorney. And then at that time, we can set a trial date if we need to. All right. All right. So I have a seat back there. My staff will get you a notice of hearing. All right. All right. I have a gentleman with a beard from the jail. Mr. Tindle is right over here, and Rhonda. All right. I have a gentleman from the jail. What is your name? Okay. I don't know why our audio is so bad today from the jail. So can you say that again? Okay. Will you let them know? I know that, but if I can't do a recording, it doesn't do me any good. Will you let them know that we can't hear you? Can you stand up a little bit maybe and say your name again? No, Joanne. No. Will you tell them that the audio is not working, that it's garbled?
Nope.
Now I can hear him. Huh?
He didn't say mouse group, did he? I couldn't tell.
So for some reason, when he was outside, I could hear him a little bit better, but in there I could not. So say your name again. Nope, it just sounds like static to us.
Go to the next one.
All right, so Mr. Tindle, why don't you step up to the podium? We'll skip over real quick, Mr. Murphy, while they're moving them. Oh, well, hold on. Can you say your name again, sir? No, still got nothing. Joanne, nothing? No? I don't know what's going on, but the audio is not working in either of those.
You just can't
Okay.
talk loud.
So what I'm saying is I can hear the correction officer loud and clear, but I cannot hear him. It comes across as garble. No? Can you step in the doorway? Joanne?
I think it's just Moody, but I'm not sure.
No, I know who you are, but we're just, the audio's,
It's garbled.
it's so garbled. All right, so in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Cheyenne Tindle, file number 23-21649FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Tindle, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. Miss Underwood, I have a letter from my pretrial services coordinator, Mr. Coase, that states that Mr. Tindle tested positive for cocaine on February 5th. He stated a friend must have laced his cigarette with cocaine this past Friday. He was doing really well up to that point, and they're recommending 30 days in jail. Mr. Tindle, you've been doing really well. And I will tell you, I don't buy my friend laced my cigarette, or, you know, you wouldn't believe the stuff I hear about how people test positive, sexual acts, cigarettes, brownies, whatever. You were doing really well, and I want you to continue doing really well. Do you understand that? So I could see if you want to plead today, I could take you into custody. I could do all those things. But what I'm going to do is adjourn the contempt for that. And then Mr. Coast, could you meet with him in the hallway to give him direction on what he needs to do next? I'm going to order that you get into whatever counseling Mr. Coast recommends. Okay? Because you deserve better than this. So I am going to adjourn that contempt of court. But if you test positive again, I'm going to issue the
Your Honor, and I will say to Shihan's credit, he did tell me about the issue this morning. And he did not wait to let me hear it from the court.
Yep, good. Well, he's here too. He's also, you know, an adult who knows he has to face what he's done. So Mr. Tindle, I do give you credit for all that. All right. So how do you want to proceed on the pretrial?
As to the pretrial, Your Honor, Mr. Tindle will accept the offer of the prosecutor where he will plead guilty to the use a 1-year misdemeanor with a 7411 provision, Your Honor. I believe he qualifies. And there is also a disorderly conduct that he will be pleading to.
Okay, so Mr. Sneed, I have that he'll be pleading to count 4 use of cocaine and count 5 disorderly.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so the disorderly is a 93-day, right? And the use of cocaine to 1 year. Okay, and Mr. Sneed, can you get me the amended information today?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Tindle, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Don.
All right, can you state your full name for the record?
Tindle.
Okay, so Mr. Tindle, you've heard the statement of your attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Is it your intention to plead guilty to an added count 4 use of cocaine, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in jail, and count 5 disorderly conduct, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail? Both of those are misdemeanors with 7411 on the cocaine charge, right? So that means the disorderly misdemeanor will stay on your record, but the cocaine charge wouldn't if you successfully complete your probation. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So is it your intention to plead guilty to these?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever been in trouble before? Juvenile record? Nothing? Okay. All right, so are you satisfied with Ms. Underwood and the advice that she's given you?
Yes.
And neither the prosecutor, the defendant, or anyone on the defendant's behalf has discussed a possible sentence with the court other than 7411. Is that correct, Ms. Underwood?
That's correct.
Is that correct, Mr. Sneed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Mr. Tindle, as far as you're aware?
Yes.
Okay. So if a guilty plea is accepted, there will be no trial. This means that you will be giving up rights you would have had at trial. I'm going to explain those rights to you now to make sure that you understand them. You have a right to a speedy public trial by jury. You may ask for a non-jury trial, and if the prosecutor and court agree, you can have a non-jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have the prosecuting attorney prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty and you do not have to prove anything. You have the right to be present at trial and have witnesses against you appear at your trial and ask those witnesses questions. You have the right to have the court order any witnesses you have for your defense to appear at the trial. You have the right to remain silent during your trial and not to have your silence used against you. However, you do have the right to testify at your trial if you want to testify. Do you understand if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you were convicted at trial? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that any appeal from the conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal and not by right? Do you understand that? If you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a conviction of a crime may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States of America, or denial of naturalization. Do you have any questions about the rights that I've given to you?
No.
How do you wish to plead to the charge that on or about November 12 of 2023 in the city of Adrian in the county of Illinois, that you did commit the offense listed in count 4 by use of cocaine, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And how do you plead that on that same date, time, and venue that you did commit the offense of disorderly conduct?
Guilty.
Okay. Has anyone made any threats or promises to you to induce you to plead guilty to these charges?
No.
Do you understand that if I accept this plea, you will be giving up any and all claims that your plea is given as a result of promises or threats that were not disclosed to the court on the record during this hearing, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea? Is the prosecutor or defense counsel aware of any promises or threats or inducements other than the plea bargain to induce the defendant to plead guilty? Ms. Underwood?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sneed?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, has your attorney promised you any particular sentence or estimate what your sentence will be?
No.
All right, is it your own choice to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right, so let's go back. So back on November 12th of 23, were you in the city of Adrian in the county of Illinois?
I was.
And at that time, did you use cocaine?
Yes.
Do you have any right to use cocaine?
No.
So it was illegal for you to use cocaine?
Yes.
All right. And did you also, all right, so disorderly conduct requires that you got in an argument or a shoving match loud enough that a third party would have heard, basically. So were you in the presence of a woman with the initials of MM?
Yes.
Did you guys get in a public argument?
No.
Was it loud enough someone else could have heard you arguing?
Yes.
Did you guys push and shove each other or something? Were you disorderly?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Sneed, are you satisfied with the pleas?
Yes, thank you, Judge.
All right. Has the court complied with MCR 6.302 B, C, and D? Ms. Underwood?
It has.
Mr. Sneed?
Yes, Your Honor.
I accept the pleas. They've been given understandably, voluntarily, and accurately. The defendant has full knowledge of his rights. He does have competent counsel. This court has made no agreement regarding the possibility of a plea or possible sentence in this case with the prosecutor, the defense attorney, the defendant, or anyone acting in the interest of either of them. I'm going to refer this matter to the district court probation department because these are misdemeanors for a pre-sentence report. So not tomorrow, but next Thursday, I need you to come to the courthouse, go to the first floor probation department. You walk in the front door all the way down the hall to the right. You'll see district court probation.
Next Thursday, I was supposed to take off to Miami for a football game, and I play semi-pro football.
Okay.
So I didn't get that ready to go.
Can you go tomorrow?
Yeah, go tomorrow for sure.
All right, so go downstairs to district court probation, go all the way down the hall, check in with Mike. He'll do your pre-sentence report. He'll give you the information you need. and they'll prepare a report. We'll provide that to Miss Underwood. And Miss Adams, can I get a notice of hearing for Mr. Tindle? I'm gonna set this for April 19 for sentencing at 8:15. So
If, I'm wondering if this might be an appropriate case for a 771 delay on that.
Mr. Sneed, do you have any position on a delay on the disorderly?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay, so we'll do a delay on that. And we'll do a 7411 on the others. So I'm gonna set sentencing for April 19 at 8:30 in the morning, or 8:15 in the morning. We're gonna get you a notice of hearing. Yeah. Do you want to appear in person or via Zoom? Okay, because if you're on the road or something like that, you can zoom in. I'm gonna get you a notice of hearing. Mr. Tindle, you have a lot going for you. A lot. This is not where you want to be, right?
Understandable.
Okay, I expect far more from you. So, and good luck, win, and we'll see you back April 19th at 8:15 for sentencing. Go down tomorrow and meet with Mr. McCarron. Tell him why you came a week early, because you're gonna be out of town for football. And then get a hold of Miss Underwood about a week before that, okay? All right, have a seat right there. We'll get you a notice of hearing.
Hey, Mr. Tindle, I'm gonna meet you out in the hallway then, so we could set up some counseling for you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. Or even, or even an assessment or something, Mr. Coast, whatever you think.
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got people lined up. Do you have anybody else in the courtroom?
I believe Mr. Lyans.
And Mr. Okay, so so Miss Underwood, Mr. Murphy's people are all lined up at the jail. So do you want to go back over there and come back?
I can do that.
Whatever you want to do, but Mr. Murphy was here first and I got his people locked up.
Okay.
So, Mr. Moody, say your name again.
Jeffrey Moody.
That's better. Okay, that's better. All right, let me get your files. It's right there. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jeffrey William Moody. I have file number 22-21055 FH, 23-21623 FH, and 23-21624 FH. Wait, is Rhonda your attorney? Or Matt Murphy?
I'm Mr. Moody's attorney.
Okay, it had Rhonda Underwood on it for some reason. All right, so this is the date and time set for pretrial. And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people and Matt Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Moody. So, Mr. Murphy, how do you wish to proceed on behalf of Mr. Moody?
Your Honor, there's probably a violation of probation had Miss Underwood's name on it because it originally started with her.
Yeah, it did. Yep.
With this matter, I was trying to get a conversation with Mr. Fleming. I haven't heard from him back in regards to the file that he's on. We can't really do anything until I get an answer from him as to what he's willing to offer in regards to that file. Unless Mr. Moody wanted to plead guilty as charged to everything today, which I'm not having him do.
So, Mr. Sneed, do you have any information and notes of a plea offer made by Mr. Fleming on which file, Mr. Murphy?
That would be the 0624, the financial transaction device file.
Your Honor, Mr. Fleming's been out on medical since this case got set for negotiation. So that's why we don't have one with respect to 24FH yet. So if we could just have a brief adjournment, I suspect he'll be back this week.
Okay. So, Mr. Murphy, why don't we set this out to the 21st?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say next week I would ask for, but if we can't, then yeah, that'll be fine.
I mean, I can, but I don't know how fast Mr. Fleming's gonna be able to get through all his files. You know what I mean? If he's not coming back till next week.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. The 21st would probably be more appropriate.
All right, but Mr. Murphy, if you are able to meet with Mr. Fleming and resolve it and talk to Mr. Moody, I'll bring you back as soon as possible. All right?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Moody, I'll see you back in 2 weeks, if not sooner, okay? Thank you. All right, now I have another gentleman at the jail with a beard. What's your name?
Reese.
Okay, so I really apologize. We are having a heck of a time with the audio today. So can you say your name again?
Reese. You want me to step into two?
No, I heard you there. Lean forward a little bit and say it again.
Corey Reese.
Corey Reese, okay. Let me find your file. Let me find it. Hold on. Here you are. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Corey Allen Reese. Two files, 23-21459FH and 23-21460FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Matthew Murphy appearing on behalf of Mr. Reese. Mr. Murphy, how would you like to proceed today with Mr. Reese?
Your Honor, we have a jury trial scheduled, I believe, February 20th on the 459 file. At this time, we're just asking if that to continue. I believe Mr. Fleming is, because I reached out to Mr. Fleming previously about this. I was waiting to hear back from him. So I anticipate to talk with him again about this case once he comes back. So we're just asking for the trial to be continued on as scheduled.
All right, so we are set for trial on 23-21459FH. Motion deadline was today. Jury instructions and voir dire questions were due January 31st. So I'm hoping everybody provided those because they were due about a week ago. And if not, I expect them by, today's Wednesday, I expect them by Friday at noon so my staff can review them. So we will see you back, Mr. Reese, for trial. And if there's any change, Mr. Murphy, please bring Mr. Reese in sooner.
Yes, Your Honor, and the defense has no special instructions other than the model jury instructions that we would ask for. But
well, there's case specific ones, so you have to prepare those. We don't.
Was there something you wanted to talk to me about, Mr. Reese?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, there is.
Do we have a breakout, Your Honor, if there's a moment?
I have a jury trial starting, so Mr. Murphy will have to come over to see you at the jail, Mr. Reese, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep. Mr. Murphy, I have Mr. Jasper. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ernest V.T. Jasper, file number 23-21587FH. Hold on a second. This is you're Mr. Jasper, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is the date and time set for a, hold on, let me get there. Pre-trial conference. Where is he? I'm like losing him. Hold on. I know he's in here somewhere. Hold on. I'll find it. Yeah. There we go. So, Mr. Murphy, I see in my file an order for competency examination, an order for fingerprints. So Mr. Murphy represents Mr. Jasper and I have Isaac Sneed on behalf of the people. So Mr. Murphy, how would you like to proceed today?
I don't think anything can be done until that forensic examination gets accomplished.
Has there been a motion for forensic?
Then we put in a request for one, I believe, in December.
On the record, was there a motion made? I don't remember. I have an order that's not been signed in the file.
Well, I mean, at this point, we're request a motion for a competency review if that hasn't been. I mean, I thought we got a note say on the 4th of December, so I guess I'm mistaken about that.
That's fine. I don't. I was provided an order for today's hearing, so I didn't know whether the motion was previously made or not because I just received an order. So.
Can we Can we, break out, please?
Not today, Mr. Jasper, but so Mr. Murphy, just to cover all the bases, you're making a motion for a competency examination and criminal responsibility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have an order for criminal responsibility?
All I know is that it says MC 204 and 206 were sent to the court on December 4th. I don't know.
Okay, yep, we got them. They were stapled together. All right, I will sign all of those and get those back to you to send to the forensic center, Mr. Murphy. And I will set a pretrial out. April. All right, so Mr. Jasper, we don't have time to do breakout rooms on arraignment day. The attorneys have to meet with their clients in advance because of our caseload, and that's just the way it should be. So Mr. Murphy will reach out to you at the jail, but I'm gonna set a pretrial for April 17 to see if we have the results. And Mr. Murphy, you can do the stip in order to adjourn the pretrial, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So April 17 at 8:30, and Mr. Jasper, Mr. Murphy will meet with you at the jail, all right?
All right.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jasper.
You're welcome. Hey, Murphy, can you meet with the jail please today?
I will when I can, Mr. Jasper, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
All right, I do have fingerprint orders, so Miss Adams, they've got them, so they can fingerprint them. All right. So, Mr. Murphy, anybody else in here represented by Mr. Murphy? All right, I have a James Vanzo. Is he yours, Mr. Murphy?
No, Your Honor. I believe that was Mr. Jasper was the last one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back into Judge Olsaber's court now, if that's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Everyone have a good morning. Thank you.
You too, thank you. All right, so now I just need Michael Dagger Margosian and Miss Underwood back. So,
I messaged them, Judge.
I know,
What
I
you
know.
asked.
All right.
Mr. Rasco, I just wanted to let you know I have not forgot about you, and it'll just be a few more minutes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll put you back in the waiting room. Yeah. I mean, that. I can't guarantee. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
What happened? Is it with township judge? Is you lieutenant?
And they're like, we can't take it off. Oh, no.
You also use video.
For no reason. I was like, I'll have to go in, but you're getting. What's great? Can I see a picture? That's just like great. It's on yesterday. I don't know. Well, they took photos on it. Yep. That was yesterday. He was sleeping tonight, but up until now, it's up 3 or 4 times because he's yeah. So I've been up since yeah, it's great. And it's like my daughter is 8. And he didn't even want to like he just talks and I want to talk so it's not even. Is there a room right now? Right now, I don't have anybody.
Shut that off.
Oh.
Mr. Malaro, don't you have cases with Judge O'Saver?
I do not, Your Honor.
About? I'm gonna make you do all my cases down here.
Okay. Hey, did you get your civil trial done?
Yeah, civil trial's done and we're doing a CSE trial now.
Oh, what's the verdict? What was the verdict?
On the civil one?
Yes.
500,000 to female plaintiff, 250 to male plaintiff. And then I think it was what, almost 22,000 a year for like 20 years, plus medical costs.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, everybody always says our juries are not plaintiff friendly, but they seem to be. You know what I mean? They always say, oh, Lenawee never decides in favor of the plaintiff, but.
Was it a med mail case?
Huh?
Was
Yeah,
it
it was
med mail?
mail.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, those are
I think
always
we're about-
50-50 usually.
Yeah, you know, I think they usually always decide correctly,
Yeah, wow.
in my opinion.
Hope there aren't.
You know, I don't think they ever come back with crazy decisions. I think they're well thought out. The jurors do a good job.
Are there gonna be sanctions?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh.
You know, case eval, I don't think there are sanctions for case eval anymore under the new court rules.
Oh, oh.
They
Uh-oh.
kind of took the teeth out of case eval sanctions.
Oh, well, you're gonna have more trials then.
And we are having more civil trials. The problem is we don't have time to do them
Right.
because our criminal cases come first and we have too many cases.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Yeah.
If who do you have left? I can see if they want me to what they're looking to do on them.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh.
7 more cases, Michael and Rhonda.
Well, let me message them and see what if they want me to do anything with them.
Okay. How's that tea, Miss Faye? Is it delicious? So good.
refreshing. Is that what you're talking about? That's the best. Oh, somebody. Did you see the new restaurant they opened downtown? No. So Tecumseh Brewing used to have this taco truck all the time, and they went in nice and bar. No, this whole Mexican food? Yeah. Really? And then like 2 dishes of Asian dishes. Most of it's barbacoa, all that good stuff, and then you can get black bean, so you can get vegetarian. I've had their food truck, but I've not. This is your Tecumseh Brewing? Yeah, and it's not called Tecumseh Brewing, but the email address is Tecumseh. Gotcha. So yeah, so they just, I think they're like soft opening is right now, and then they open this week. That's encouraging. Good. Yeah. So, and then they will deliver to Challenges. Oh, they really? So if they have something going on like that? No, anytime. Yeah, so like if you're at Challenges and you want food, you can order it on their app and they'll deliver it there. Because it's 2 doors down. Yeah. So why not? Yeah, it's just good to get food. Yeah. Well, Challenges, you can get food from anyone and bring it. Because they don't serve food. They like have a couple of appetizers. Oh, I got Miss Underwood. Rhonda, you ready? Oh, maybe I don't. I see Miss Underwood, but it might just be her computer when she was downstairs. Hold on, we'll get you. No, Rhonda.
Mr. Mont?
I didn't even see you back there.
Oh, I'm waiting for attorneys, so I just need Miss Underwood and Mr. Dagger Margosian. I think Miss Underwood's in person next door and Mr. Dagger Margosian is there. Mr. Malaro is reaching out to them, trying to get them to come over here because our trial starts at 10:30.
Yeah.
And if I don't get them done, then they're not gonna get them today. Mr. Mott was one of my interns at one time too. And then
When was that? That was, had to be 2018.
it feels like 20 years ago. And then she also was my judicial attorney when my current one was on maternity leave. In one of her cases, she wrote an opinion and went all the way up, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were sustained too.
Yes, we were. You were. Yeah.
It was definitely a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And do you remember too, Judge, I stole that other guy's, remember? It was supposed to be his internship, and then I got a hold of you first.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, first come, first serve. Although I don't have a limit on internships, but
Yeah.
you know. Any news, Mr. Malaro?
Negative, Judge. There's Rhonda. She's right there.
She's not in her, that's her Zoom device downstairs. I think she's in person next door.
Oh. Okay. No, I don't think anybody, nope, nobody answered. They're ignoring me as usual.
All right. Jeff, I'm gonna step off. You go see if Rhonda's available.
Yes, I will.
All right, I'll step off for a second and Jeff will go check on Rhonda. You wanna chat? Do you have a minute? Yeah. Want to chat with the intern? There you are. Thank you for this. No. She just said, I'm not allowed to. No, I'll tell you just like, let me go off of this. She said, I'm not allowed. I said, oh, I'm very good. She was very good. Yes, I was. Yeah. And she says, how's your team? Refreshing? You saw the crossway.
I was like, Becky brings her own tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Love it too.
Yes, Jen, Annie texted me, or yesterday what Jim was wearing, so I was like, okay, I'll.
Color
Fun
coordination.
match. Yeah. See, mine for most schools now. I think I'm gonna go to William and Mary in Virginia. Oh, dang, that's fun. Yeah. Oh, so I just need to let downstairs. Yeah, it's a lot different. Yeah. I don't know. They did. They did. They did. That's what, yeah, that was shut. Yeah.
All rise.
Okay. Mr. Mohammed, why don't you come up? Okay, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus, let me just start my video. Ahmed Abdul Kareem Al Mohammed, file number 22-21166FH, 23-21453FH. This is the pre-trial on both of these files, and I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of the defendant, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. So, Ms. Underwood, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, I believe I spoke in speaking with Mr. Leonetto that the trial date scheduled on this case is going to have to be moved.
Why? Ms. Adams is on the 13th. What is my primary trial?
Mr. Badger.
All right, so I have one, but I don't cancel the second one till closer to.
And we would ask that it be adjourned at this point, Your Honor. I've been unable to connect with Mr. Mohammed as far as getting him in to prepare for this. So we would ask for some.
Ms. Adams, Mr. Sneed, any position?
If they've had discussions that they're requesting an adjournment, Your Honor, I would support that position. Thank you.
It's not my primary trial that day, and the primary trial is going, it's Mr. Hartung and Mr. O'Keefe. So, more than likely it would be adjourned anyway. So, Miss Adams, I am looking for a one-day jury trial.
Okay. We could do Tuesday, March 5th.
Tuesday, March 5. Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right, so March 5, Miss Underwood?
Okay.
At 9 a.m. And it'll be one day.
Connor, that actual March 5th date doesn't work for our office. Mr. Bayonetto has, it looks like 8 trials on the calendar right now down in district for that day.
Okay. All right, Miss Adams, another day?
Tuesday, March 12th.
March 12 at 9 a.m., Mr. Snee?
Yeah, let's put it on the docket. It's Tuesdays are the state days for Alex downstairs.
Those are my trial days.
But I
so-
understand. So yeah, March 12th.
Okay.
preferably. Thank you.
All right. Okay, March 12 at 9 a.m. And see, the motion deadline is already passed, as well as jury instructions and voir dire questions. So if they're not in, I'll need those by the end of this week. And Mr. Mohammed. Okay, so, okay, let me see here. All right, so Mr. Mohammed, I'm gonna get you, Becky, could you print off a notice of hearing? Because those are easier sometime to read for them.
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna print off a notice of hearing for you, Mr. Mohammed. And there won't be another pretrial, but Miss Underwood, if there is any change, you can call Miss Adams and get them in earlier, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm also gonna set his other file for pretrial at 9 a.m. So that would be 23-453. Or Miss Adams, if you want just a copy of this to give them, if it's easier for you, that's fine. All right. So, all right, I've done a scheduling order. Miss Adams, if you want to just give them a copy of this, that would be fine too.
I've got it.
So-
printed.
Okay, just have a seat on the bench there and we'll get your notice of hearing. Mr. Mohammed, make sure you make an appointment with Miss Underwood. So if you call her office today, they'll set up a time for you to meet with her, okay? All right, thank you. All right, okay, so Mr. Mohammed was set for trial, Mr. Bayonetto, on March, what day did we say?
March 12th, Judge.
March 12th at 9 a.m. I know you have state day, but those are our trial dates, so.
Mine's on Thursday.
Okay, perfect.
I do have trials that are set in district court though that day that have already been adjourned out.
So you guys can figure that out in your office. Someone covers you there, here. Oh, I can't, okay. So, all right, so that takes care of him. All right, I'm gonna bring in Mr. Rasco. I think I might have lost him. It's not good, Joel. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
I had Mr. Rasco. You know, he's doing good. Let me see, no, that's not him. Oh, yeah, that is. Yeah, it is. Mr. Rasco?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about that. I accidentally backed it out.
No, it's okay. Take your hat off for me, all right?
All right.
Okay, because we're still in court, you know. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Joel Jesus Rasco, file number 23-21532FH, 23-21607FH. This is a date and time set for pretrial. Mr. Bayonetto and Ms. Underwood, could you approach over here, please? And Mr. Rasco, I'll be right with you. Hold.
We're gonna pass it over to the fence.
Okay, so Ms. Underwood is appearing on behalf of Mr. Rasco, and I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. Ms. Underwood, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, Mr. Rasco, the offer in this matter is as charged, no subs. I think at this point, Your Honor, we may as well set it for trial, and then I will discuss the matter with Mr. Rasco further, and if he chooses to accept that, then we obviously know our way to the courtroom.
Okay, Ms. Adams, what was that one-day trial date you gave me? That, well, I don't know, I guess I need a one-day trial date.
That was March 5th. You want me to
Are
keep
you
up to
available
you?
March 5?
Your Honor, can I, that's a little soon.
Oh, okay, so how about April, Ms. Adams?
Okay.
I think Mr. Fleming would be a witness too, right?
Oh, I plan on speaking for it, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Judge April is booked with trials. Do you want to double book?
We do May. All right, fine. May, Miss Adams, our trials are just backing up.
May 14th is open, but you do have a day trial the next day. So I don't know if you
Did you
want to.
say May 13?
Tuesday, May 14th is open, but then you do have a day trial starting May 15th.
Who's that trial?
Castro Olivares.
It's okay. Next week, the next week.
And then you have a 4-day civil trial.
Let's do the. Let's do the 4. Oh, what'd you say?
May 28th is open. Tuesday, May.
How about May 28 at 9 a.m.
That works for me.
All right, so Mr. Rasco, I'm gonna set a trial date for you on May 28th at 9 a.m. I'm gonna set a pretrial for May 8. May 8 at 8:30 a.m. So Mr. Rasco, you're doing really good. We're really glad to see that. We're very proud because we know how hard you're working. Miss Underwood, I will set a deadline for jury instructions, voir dire questions for April 24. 2024. And motion deadline for May 8.
Judge, I'm sorry,
And
you are not available May 8th.
oh, good for me. How about May 1? A pretrial May 1.
That works.
Okay. All right. Thank you all, and we'll get a copy of this out, Mr. Rasco, and make sure you make an appointment to meet with Miss Underwood, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
You guys have a good night. Good day.
You too. Have a good day. All right, who else in the courtroom has Miss Underwood? All right, why don't you come up? Thank you, Mr. Are you on this one too, Mr. Bayonetta?
I am.
Okay, all right, and so, let's see here. What is your name?
Cheyenne Denas.
Miss Denas, okie dokie. So, Miss Underwood. All right. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Cheyenne Nicole Denas, file number 23-21547FH. I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Miss Denas, and I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. Miss Denas is present in person. Miss Underwood, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, the offer to Ms. Denas is as charged with the recommended hideout in this matter, Your Honor. Ms. Denas, after